It is that time for my response to a tweet. And today's tweet says, Trump keeping his promises should be welcomed. You're just a hater. Trump keeping his promises should be welcomed. You're just a hater. Wow, I'm telling you, I love the dog stank out of a Trump supporter. Without you, I have no being. I have no meaning. Wow. I'm the hater. Trump's promises should be... Let me go here. Here's how I'm going to respond. The dangerous part about any campaign promise is that it can either do way too much, it can set you up for disappointment, but the bigger thing about a campaign promise is that it's based on a campaign. I'm just trying to get you to vote for me, so I can promise you anything. It's not based in reality. The danger, Run Real Robinson danger thing of a Trump campaign promise is that Trump ran his campaign catering to a section of America. His supporters. His promises were for his supporters. He was able to manipulate this system to where he came across like a populist, but he was really more so focused on his supporters with a populist message. We're going to fix everything. We're going to win. We're going to this. We're going to that. And then it was based on what their perception was of his successes. The only success that they really truly knew of was his reality TV show success. They see his name on buildings and things of this nature, but Donald Trump will not let you understand the complexities of how his name is on buildings because he won't let you see his tax returns. There is so much about Donald Trump you don't know because he won't let you see his tax returns. And him saying, you seeing my tax returns won't say anything, then show it so we can see nothing then. There is a reason why he doesn't do it. But since his message was to his supporters and his promises, then now we're here. But Trump promised. Check this out. Look at it from this perspective. Trump says he's going to be the president for all Americans. But his promises wasn't to all Americans. It was to his supporters. So when his supporters are crying and whining, but Trump promised. You guys should love him. You guys should like him. Trump promised me. Trump promised that he was going to discriminate against Muslims. Trump promised. He promised. And I want him to keep his promise and he's keeping it and I love him and you guys are haters. But Trump's promises doesn't take in consideration of people outside of his supporters. So Trump's promises are un-American. If he's supposed to be the president for all America, his promises is for a section of America. And that section of America is cool with the rest of America getting shafted. The thing that makes America awesome, forget great. What makes America awesome, it gets shafted in Trump's promises. He said, I will be the president for all America. But he's functioning off of his promises. That's not all of America, people. Trump supporters, you don't understand that Trump keeping his promises puts you at odds with your fellow Americans. I thought he said America first. America was not just based on you guys. Trump has to be the president for people who didn't vote for him. Because we're still Americans. This is what makes America awesome. See, great again, if we look at how he's functioning now, is he wants to deport everybody who did not vote for him. So he has just an America that's full of his supporters. That's what great again is. He wants to remove all opposition. Anybody that has a different point of view. Look at what we're going through with the Supreme Court pick. If you listen and look at how Trump and his party is functioning, his team, he wants loyalists to Trump. He doesn't want loyalists to the Constitution. He wants somebody to rubber stamp everything he says and does. Look at what they're saying. Gorsuch is not being presented as the Supreme Court Justice over America. Trump is positioning this man to be loyal to him. They are willing to lie to you about what's happening with the opposition of Gorsuch. They're willing to lie to you in your face to make sure that this man gets maneuvered in to do what Trump says. But he promised he was going to deport all these, he was going to keep the Muslims out. He promised, I want his promise. But his promise doesn't match the promise of America. He can keep us safe. It's not going to be based on his campaign promise. It's going to be based on the fact that he's the president of the United States, and there are so many moving parts other than the little menial, simpleton-minded moving parts that he presents while he's out there landing airplanes with his finger movements and hand movements, driving people crazy. There are more moving parts than the simple little message you Trump supporters have. He promised me. No, it's bigger than that. America is bigger than that. And us as Americans deserve a president that takes that into consideration other than want to obliterate anybody who gets in the way and then he hides behind, but I promised them. And then all of his little Spanx wearing cheerleaders over there at Fox News, all they're running is, he's fulfilling his campaign promises. That's not the promise of America. That's the promise of the few. The promise of Trump supporters, who are a bunch of sniveling, whiny idiots. That's why they were able to levitate to the President of the United States as a candidate and now try to cover and protect him now as the actual president. The big bad black man, Obama, he just ruined everything. He ruined everything. Barack Obama was just nasty and mean, and he was just un-American. But then your guy is doing Obama on steroids. This man is jealous of Arnold Schwarzenegger because he has the muscles. But Donald Trump's policy looks like Barack Obama and Arnold Schwarzenegger's love child put together. This man is doing Obama 8.0. This man has so many conflicts of interest. That's not good for America. He's using the presidency almost like he's getting tips from the Ponzi scheme dude. He's surrounding everything with his billionaire friends and stuff like this. This is not good for America. But he promised. He promised what? Has anybody got a job yet? Other than his homeboys and his people. Has anybody in America got a job yet? Has anybody seen anything Donald Trump is doing other than tweeting out his little 8th grade to 10th grade at best mindset towards anybody that says anything against him? Now he's protecting his daughter's business interests with Twitter. Kellyanne Conway throwing shouts out. Hey, big shouts out to my girl Ivanka. Yeah, I'm going to go buy a bra tomorrow, girl. Don't worry about it. I'm in there like swimwear. Big shouts out to Ivanka. Ivanka, PFF, hit me up on Twitter after you get finished spell correcting your daddy. Trump's promises are for a few. And if it's America first you got to remove the promises that you promised the few. Because right now, your actions is not for all Americans that you said you were going to be the president of. You said it. You said that. Trump's promises is not a good thing, and that should not be the level at which you gauge success. because those promises equal failure all day long. Hey, I'm Phil Williams. That's my response to your tweet on the Phil Williams Show.